Say that again. Say that again.
I feel like my aim point, my mind wanders to the right, and then the ball ends up missing to the left.
So yeah,
because of club face.
I would agree with that. So that's an interesting dynamic, right? So the face tends to want to go, mine tends to go to the right, but then there's a compensation that throws it to the left, correct?
Correct.
So go ahead and set up there. Let's see what's underneath. And then once you get all the way set up, and you're not gonna hit this golf ball, I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna do. All right, now don't move.
Okay.
Take your left hand off the golf club, and I want you to point at where you think the target is without looking at it. All right, now bring the camera up here. Right, so our target's over here. I'm gonna have him look up and look down your finger. Notice where it is? Yeah, we're 15, 20 yards right,
Yeah.
Correct? Now, do that again, go back in and reset. So people will look at the target, but they won't actually like engage with the target. Like, okay, I'm set up and I'm looking at it and I'm aimed at it, but their mind's not attached to it. You can be aimed at something and not attached to it, and you got a problem. You're all the way set up there. You're going to do the exact same thing. This time when you take that last look, try to hone it in your mind, kind of burn that image in there. Now come back to address. Now take the left hand off. Point it at your intended target. Yeah, and you can bring that camera right down top. Now look up, straight down it, right? Now here's the challenge. While you're swinging, this is the exercise we're working on, is you have to maintain that target in your mind until the ball's gone. That takes practice and it takes discipline. Typically when people first do this, they'll only hit 10 to 15 golf balls in 30 minutes because they have to back off so many times because they lose attachment to the target. They'll get in there, they'll get set up, they'll look, they'll get ready to take the club back, and then their mind wanders to something. Swing, thought, feel, person next to them, work, life, whatever. Like, you've got to get that discipline in your mind. So go through it one more time. And so as you're doing this, I'm going to let you hit this golf ball. Don't point at it. Just go ahead and hit the golf ball. So typically, if your mind wanders to a certain type of thing, that's typically the thing that will distract you when you play. So if it's life, if there's stress going on, you'll wander. Hold that picture this time. And trust your body to hit it there. It's actually really good. One of your better reps yet. That's funny, having the camera on you actually makes you do it better, doesn't it? Yeah. Right, so part of that, so I tell people this all the time, stress is actually helpful in making you do the movement correct. You've been in the River Club clinics, right? When we have you put people in the hot seat, that's actually when people do the best, because now they have to do it right. Yeah. So people tend to look at pressure as like, oh, it makes me worse. Actually, pressure makes you better if it's appropriately added at the right times. Just a little bit of camera made you do it. Do one more and call it a day. But yeah, I would have you check yourself every 10 or 15 golf balls. Just be like, hey, am I still oriented where I want to be? Or have I lost that attachment to the target? I think I'm good, but you just got to get that thing recalibrated. So of course you miss left because your brain thinks you're right, and so you've got to throw the compensation in to make it go left. This is well done. Hold the picture. Hit a little heavy. Did you lose the picture, or did you have it pretty much the whole way?
I had it.
So let me ask you this. Out of the times we tried to do this, are those the best reps you've done yet in terms of holding the picture?
Probably.
Yeah. And it's just a little bit of added stress. Now the hard part is when you're practicing, how do you create that added stress? We call it living in yellow and orange instead of living in white. It's the color codes of awareness stuff. But living in yellow and orange, you have to create stress. So try to make yourself hit 3 correct golf balls in a row, like exactly the same way. Bryson talks about that, like exactly the same way. That'll create the type of stress that having a camera on you will do. So keep doing it. It's kind of fun.